Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV. I'm David Farrell.
And I'm Lloyd Hughes.
And here on Pod Me If You Can TV, we find obscure titles with your favourite stars and we discuss them. Lloyd, what's today's film?
Well, listeners of our podcast will know that I have a huge crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I saw this at the bargain bin at Golo, which is now a reject shop. It's a double feature with Telling You and two Ninas, I think. And it has Jennifer Love Hewitt, I don't know how well you guys could see that, on the front cover. And the picture that's on the front cover isn't at all on the film. It's pretty funny. And it's in big titles, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Telling You.
It's like some stock photo or a publicity image.
Exactly. And yeah, it's basically a hangout film in the same vein as Dazed and Confused, and it's done in the 90s. And the director, Robert DeFranco, this is his only film. And you know what? He actually almost pulled this film off. Like, it's pretty good, you know? It's like it's not great, and I can see why it didn't, get a big, massive cinematic release, and it went straight to DVD. In fact, the bargain bin, but it's not bad for a first feature. I'm just shocked to see that was his only film he'd done, and he hasn't done anything ever since. All the actors in this movie did pretty good. I was expecting a really lame B-grade sort of film, but I gotta say, everyone did a really fantastic job. Even the director plays a small part as, well, not really a small part, but one of the friends, and it's a hangout movie. Basically 4 or 5 people post-high school, or post-college rather, and it deals with all those themes of what do you do after graduation, where do you go into the workforce, and they're all working like minor jobs at a pizza shop, like 2 of them, and it just deals with all those themes. So it's a great film if you grew up in the 90s or if you're in your 20s. I'd highly recommend it. Jennifer Love Hewitt, though, is only in the film for like a total of 8 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, she plays a really minor role. They advertise her heavily, and she's just hardly ever in it. It sort of like reminds me of Bruce Willis in Planet Terror. How he's like just barely in the movie, but he's advertised like heavily, like he's in the whole film.
So is it like that she's like a dream girl or something for somebody? Why
she just
is she
plays
hardly
an
in it?
ex. She just plays an ex-girlfriend. She's not really part of the plot. Like she's not a major part of the plot at all. They just advertise. I guess she became big after this movie. So, you know what I mean? Like,
and they realized what they had.
Yeah, exactly. Just put her all over the front cover and everything like that. But I was expecting a terrible little movie because I got it from the bargain bin, at Golo, and it turned out pretty good.
Very nice. Well, most of our episodes will be $2, kind of titles. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to Air Force 2 somewhere down the track. Air Force 2. Can you believe that?
Just to finish up on this one, is there anybody else we know in the movie? Anybody else who made it as an actor? Or
there's Peter Facinelli. I can't pronounce his name.
Facinelli,
yeah, he's been in Twilight. Yeah, Twilight was his big role. There's also what's his name? Is it Andy Berman? Oh no, Dash Mihok. Who's been in heaps of stuff. I think mainly his biggest role was that I know him from was Romeo and Juliet by Baz Luhrmann. He played Romeo's best friend. Yeah, he's in it. And they all do a great job. Every actor does a pretty good job. The only criticism I have against this movie is the screenplay. They should have just gave it a once-over by a pro or something. Like, you can tell it's a guy's first-time film. It's a hangout movie. And there's a lot of scenes where they're just talking about nothing. It's not really a plot-driven movie. It's just guys hanging out telling stories about exes or friends and stuff like that. And it opens like Reservoir Dogs are all at a dinner table or a lunch table talking about another story, and it intercuts with that story. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's like the style that everyone was doing then.
Exactly.
Everybody just
it is so 90s.
chatty films of the 90s.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
What year does it say on the back?
That's a good question. I've actually got the IMDb open up, and it's 1998. Wow, I thought it looks so early 90s. It's actually late 90s.
Outstanding. Do you want to give us
wasn't Jennifer Love Hewitt in full swing at that time?
In the 90s?
Yeah, the late 90s? Jeez.
Yeah, pre-Ghost Whisperer. She was post-Party of 5. I guess she must have been. She was right around... She was in that, like, Can't Hardly Wait movie. And
yeah, maybe they did it during Can't Hardly Wait, like, just towards the end of it, and then it wasn't released till later. Yeah, and they're able to market her like pretty fanatically. But a lot of the actors in this film have graduated into bigger, better things. I'm just disappointed the director hasn't, because it's for a first movie, and considering the budget he was given, it's pretty good. You know, it's not like Dazed and Confused. But yeah, as for the rating, it got 4.2 on IMDb, so it's ranked really low. But I think we have to develop a different rating system for these bargain bin movies, because in terms of the bargain bin world, I'd give it an A if I could.
You'd give it an A, okay.
I'd give it an A in terms of that world. I have a feeling doing a lot of these, we're going to be seeing a lot of bad movies.
Yes, we will. And on that note, you can subscribe to our channel and find more of us at www.podmeifyoucan.com.